Life Coach Meenal, hello. Vivek, Vasanta, Shreya, Numinous, Nitika. The Self-Help Call Station, Meenakshi. Hello, how are you all doing? How's the day going? Hello. Milan Mehta, welcome. How's the day going? How are you all? Be kind, compassionate. Welcome, Karishma. Shifana, hello. Nice to have you here. Just type one word. How are you feeling right now? Would love to know. Akila Prasant, welcome. So, are you all excited for today? Karishma Kadam, hello. So, are you all excited for today? Excited? Super awesome, because first of all, this is our fourth day or the fourth guest of the series called Creating a History That Never Existed. And for today, our guest is going to be Miss Maalica KSR. She is the founder of Evergrowth Academy, which basically has an aim or a mission to empower 1 million women around the world and make them financially strong. She helps women with their obstacles, with their limiting beliefs and all these things, like group coaching sessions, one-on-one coaching and what all. Like, she's just amazing. If you are inspired by her, just write down in the chat box inspired, because once she comes here on the screen, I'm going to tell you, she's just going to blow your mind, because she's such an amazing person. I have been touch with her, I have been following her since 1 year, and the amount of value she adds in the lives of women, of her audience, is truly unimaginable. So if you are excited, please just type down those love emoticons in the chat box, because she's here and I'm just going to welcome her. Just keep on sending those love emoticons to her. Super awesome. Priya Bliss, welcome. Yes. She's here.
Hi.
Welcome. Hello. How are you?
I'm great. Can I just add some filter or something? Yeah, I think now this
Yes,
is better
yes,
because I
please.
look very dull. Yes.
No, your energy is always on high. You never look dull.
How cute.
Well,
Hi, Gargi. I can see so many of my followers joining in.
yes.
Hi, everybody.
So the moment you have come on, so many people have joined. Hats off to your fan following. Okay, so welcome to all those who are joining. So basically, she's our guest for today, Miss Maalica. Please write I can see those love emoticons. Do write hi, excited, yes in the comments also, so we all can stay interactive. And yes, thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me that opportunity to host you. Like, you have been such an inspiration and a role model to me. You are just amazing, and thank you so much. It's such an honor to have you here.
How sweet. It's my pleasure, Gargi, to see you do such a fabulous work at this age. I think it's something very phenomenal. At that age, I hardly went to school and I just had fun at home, and that is all. I never thought about anything beyond that. But I've been seeing you, you've been doing phenomenal work, and that is just so beautiful. So I'm so proud of you and anything for you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so now thank you so much for all the love that you all are giving to all of us. Hi Mal, excited to see you again on another live. Super awesome, Priya. So we are all super excited. So the first question like that I have for you is like stories are the best thing that a heart to heart connection can be made through them. So first of all, you are a certified life coach, you are a founder, and I think you are an author also. So I just want to ask you how did this start? Like, what inspired you in your life that you started helping millions of women transform their lives?
Okay, so I was basically in a lot of anxiety, fear, and depression around 3 years back, and I did not even know that I was going through something like that. All I knew was I needed help. That is the only thing that I figured out. And then I started searching for the help, and I got that help from many of my mentors. And after I became okay, that is when I realized I did not just become okay, I became like amazing. My life turned around and I became very happy. I was a better mother, I was a happier mother, I was a better wife, I was everything. Every single role in my life was carried out in a better way because of because of the work that I did on myself. So that is when I realized that there are like many women out there who do not even know that they need that kind of an help. They do not even know that, they have no idea, but they are just suffering without opening their mouth at all. So that is when I realized that it's very important to start something like this, lend them a helping hand, because whenever we say work on yourself, your mental health, your emotional wellness, and all of that, everyone directly connect that with going to psychiatrists or psychologists, which is a great thing, but they get scared. The moment they hear words like that, they get scared, and they are like, no, 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 I don't think anything's wrong with me, and I'm not going. All of these things start happening. So when it is a life coach, they are not that scared. So that is when I realized, there might be many people, and taking help on mental health is a very big taboo, and I really wanted to break that. So all of these reasons added up, and that is why I'm here today doing this work.
Salute you for the work that you do. And each one of us has that tipping point in our life where we feel so bad, so this or that. And that actually, that mess, the mess in which we are, it causes us to just find that message out of that mess. And thus, while on the journey, when we are motivating our own self, something happens within us. We hear some kind of inner voice which tells us that so many people might be suffering through the same issue, so why not I
Absolutely.
take a stand and help those women out there. So hats off to you, and thank you so much for doing what you do. All the people who are listening and joining, please write down in the chat box hats off Malika, because she deserves it. So my next question to you is basically like, if suppose a woman is confused in her life, she wants to follow something, but she is just having those foggy thoughts in her mind. She has those like nothing is working out, nothing coaching is not working out, nothing. Like, she's trying videos, motivational videos, she's doing courses, but still she's not getting or figuring out that what is it that I truly want. So basically, in that kind of situation, how can a girl or a woman, she can go on a path where she can keep her open to find her passion?
So the first thing that blocks her is her own limitations. She has a lot of limiting beliefs. Be it any woman, and you did mention something very right. You told me that no matter who she goes to, no matter who her mentor is. Yes, I do find such women who, no matter what kind of a help they get, they are just not able to get there where they want to be. So I would tell only one thing, and that is find the right mentor. See, not every mentor can cater to everyone's needs. Correct. So someone who deeply connects with me might not be able to connect to you, and same likewise, someone who can deeply connect to your energy, your vibe, might not connect well with me. Okay, so there are different mentors, there are like various mentors, there are like thousands and thousands of mentors. So the first thing that such kind of women must do is find the right kind of mentor. Okay, and the next thing is, see, something or the other is going to keep stopping them. Okay, today if it's for something like, say she wants to choose a career and she's confused, tomorrow it's going to be about her life partner, again she will be confused, and day after tomorrow it's going to be buying a new home and she's going to be confused. What I'm trying to say is, confusion is something that we all will always have, and that is not just women, that is with regards to everyone, be it men or women. So the confusion is anyway going to be there. Okay, so you should just, like, I would say, take the leap of faith. That's all. If anyone, even this morning we were having like a brainstorming session with one of our group, and in that I told one of my resistances, my own limitations, and we have a group member, her name is Veena. So Veena ma'am beautifully told that, you know what, Maalika always comes up with some resistance or the other, but we all know that anyway she will break it, she will take the leap of faith and she will break it, because that's me. I know that my resistance will show up, but you know what? I will just take the leap of faith and I will keep going. So I was just taken aback. I was so shocked on how beautifully she's observed me. She's observed how, how I am evolving as a person and all of that. But I think that's the key. There will be a lot of confusions, but just go for it. That is what I would say.
Awesome. So all of you listening to us, thank you so much for being here. I always say that you're not here for only both of us, but you're also here for your own self-development. So hats off to all of you also who are joining and who are staying and listening to both of us. So you beautifully mentioned this, that you know what, take that first step, just do it, overcome your limitations and have faith in you. So all of you just write down in the chat box, I believe in myself. That's just a motto that we are saying. So I believe in myself. Thank you so much for answering that beautifully. I agree with whatever you are saying. So now my third question to you is, like you mentioned about that you also had some limitations, and personal challenges are always there when we are starting something big, that we like basically working on our path towards dreams. So like, what were your personal challenges that you had when you started?
When I started my career,
Yes,
honestly,
career.
my first challenge was, I was very skeptical if I should go on this path or not. Because I was like, I just changed my life. I was already, in fact, I had not changed 100% also. When I took that leap, I was not 100% there. I had my own negativities, I had my own anxiety, I had my own, fear and things like that. Okay. So I was like, will this work as a career? Will I talk to people? And will people even understand what I'm trying to tell them? Will I get clients? So is this for me? So I had all sorts of resistances even before I could step into this career. So that was me before beginning my career. And after I came in, after like I did my certifications, after I started my I would say the one-on-one and all of that, I wanted to start group coaching. But then I was thinking, you know what, my photo shoot is not yet done, my website is not ready. There is that perfectionist inside all of us. We think it's perfectionism, but it's actually procrastination. I think you and me, we know that, right? It's never perfectionism, it's always procrastination. So I was always like procrastinating things. I was like, you know what, I'll do this later, I'll do this later. And then one day I don't know what happened inside of me. I just thought, enough is enough, let me just start. And that is when I just broke everything and I came forward. But each and every step of the way, I had some resistance or the other that was talking to me. But I would say 90% I've broken. 10% of resistance is here and there, it will still be there. And I'm working on breaking that also. But yeah, resistance all along the way.
Do agree with you. So the one lesson that we all learn from you here right now is, no matter whatever the resistance is, we just need to overcome. So our resistance is not us. So we both are different identities. So beautifully mentioned. And just the way you are, like, your energy is so contagious, and everyone who is listening to you, just write down in the chat box, like, the energy, if you are feeling that her energy is super awesome. And if suppose any one of you has any questions, please feel free to write down in the chat box. So we received two questions right now. First is from Shifana, and she is asking how to overcome guilt.
Okay, so guilt is a very useless emotion. Okay, see, we as human beings, we undergo lots and lots of emotions. We go through like anger, hurt, pain. We go through like a lot of emotions. But I would say all the human emotions are valid. I will never say that any of the emotions are invalid. All of your emotions are valid. But among all of the emotions, I think the number one useless emotion would be guilt. Okay, see, all of us go through some kind of a guilt at every point. Maybe we did not attend a friend's call, a friend was trying to reach us for the past 10 days and we were too busy. This happens a lot with me. My friends, especially the ones who are like very attached to me, they keep trying to reach me, but then I'll be busy. I'll just drop them a text late at night saying that, I was busy and all of that. So not getting back to them, all of that will create some kind of a guilt, right? And sometimes when I'm off to some place, like I was off to a course like 3 weeks back, and I was not here with my daughter. So of course, as a mom, I felt very guilty. Okay, so all of us get to feel guilty at some point or the other, which is very normal, but we should know instantly that it is a very useless emotion. Okay, so when you find yourself feeling guilty, you must start thinking on how you can use the guilt to start taking action. Okay, use the guilt to start taking action. For example, if I feel bad for not getting back to my friend, I better take action, and that action depends on you and your friend. What do you both enjoy doing? How will he or she feel better if you do something? So ask yourself those questions. I had a friend to whom I was really not able to get back. So you know what, one day I just called her up. I told her, you know what, tonight we're going out for dinner, and that is all. And that one dinner, it just sorted out everything. Whatever we wanted to talk for the past many months, we spoke that in that one dinner. It was a wonderful time where both of us, like, we spent a very good time with one another, and it was done. So now where is the guilt? The guilt is gone, right? So once you use the guilt to take action, it's going to be done. So always think, what can I do? If you're feeling guilty, oh my God, I was like doing my workouts every single day, and like now it's like 3 days and I've still not worked out. Instead of feeling guilty, try to figure out what you can do next. Think about what next. Okay, now that I'm guilty, how am I going to fix this? So can you work out the same day, or can you start working out the next day? Just think about that and keep moving forward. Feeling guilty, useless. So I would say guilt is a very useless emotion.
If all of you agree that guilt is a very useless emotion, please write in the comment section useless, because people like you, extraordinary people, they focus on the things which are useful for their life. They don't focus on the things which are useless. So very beautifully you have explained us the concept about guilt. So it's all about adding some compensation, right?
Yes.
Yes, so it's all about the compensation. So if suppose you were not able to call your friend because of some busy work, then maybe you can compensate it, as she already told when she was telling that, you know what, you can always tell them a day or a time that this time I'm free and then I will call you. So it's all about that compensation package that we need to do. One more question we have from Rakhi. So she's asking, just a minute, I'm going to that question. Okay, right now I'm not able to find. Once I get that question, I will like ask you once again. So this is a question that I want to ask you. Like, your energy is so amazing. So what do you do to keep it at a high level every single day? Like, what is your preparation routine that you do?
I mean, right now I did not do anything. In fact, I rushed home. I took my daughter to the hospital because she was a little sick. So I just rushed home and I'm here. So right now I honestly did not do anything. But in general, before I start my classes, if I'm approaching anything very important, the first thing I do is I pray. Okay, I pray that, okay, you know what, I'm going to try to tell something to my students which is of very high value, and I really hope they get it. I always like, till today, like, no, I've like done this over and over and over again. Like, now if you're going to ask me to do my coaching from my sleep, I can get up from my sleep and I can do it. That is how much I'm like used to this. But still, after every session, I ask them, how was the session? Did you understand, and all of that? So in my core, I always, like, the one thing that I always doubt is, will my students understand? So I just pray to God, saying that, they better understand because that's why they're here. And the next thing that I do is I just take a few deep breaths. And once the class begins, I just make my students do something fun, like, they dance, we play some music so that the energy goes high. And even after we dance, it's not like I just take class right away. I tell them also to, like, ground themselves, take a few deep breaths, take a few deep inhales and exhales. So this is what I tell them to do also. And it's just that it's a two-way thing. They also get happier, they also become more energetic, and that makes me even more energetic. I'm already coming prepared to the class, but once I do this, it makes me even more energetic. And me having a toddler, it's not very easy every time to be here 10 minutes before the class to sit with myself. That's really not possible, because it's both ways. She also wants me to be with her till the moment I go to my class, and I also want to be with her for 5 more minutes, so that once I enter my office, like, this is my office. Once I enter my office, once I enter for my classes, no way I'm going out of this room in the next 4 hours, right? So it's both ways. So sometimes when I just rush to the class, which I don't do most of the time, but sometimes when I just rush to the class, this is what I do. I like take a few deep breaths, dance it out, do something, so that now I'm focused and I'm present. And in general, I think I'm this person all the time. From when I was a little girl, my friends loved having me. They always tell me that you are the light of the group or something, because I keep making jokes and things like that. So yeah, in general, I was always a person who was energetic. So yeah, I think it all adds up.
Wow, so beautiful tips that you have given. Like, we all are going to implement deep breaths, like some activities to ground ourselves, gratitude, all of these things, and then checking our own energy level by adding some fun elements in our life, maybe dancing, maybe going out for a walk. So thank you so much, and to all the
One more very important thing, and this will be very helpful for you, and that is, I always think about presence. I should be present. I should be present here. My mind should not wander off. Okay, like, even yesterday, I had a class that was supposed to get over at 6:30, but it went till 8 o'clock. It's because many people had their doubts and they were asking me back to back. It was a very interesting session, and even I could not say no. Sometimes I get drained and I tell them, you know what, I'm like done. I think I will take your questions next week. But yesterday the session was super interesting. It was very high energy. So I was like, okay, let me do this. And it's just that this drains you. Okay, this is not some easy work. People think the work is very easy. You sit behind a camera and you talk. No, it's never that way. You are dealing with people and their emotions here. So this is draining. But the thing is, as much as draining it was also very exciting yesterday. So you know what, in between, I just keep reminding myself, get present. So it's just that I want to be 100% focused. So before you start any session, especially if you are a coach who's listening to what I'm talking, let me tell you, your presence is the most important gift that you're going to give to your client. It's not what comes from your mouth. It's your presence. It's what that's going to come from your heart. It should be heartfelt. So I always make sure that, okay, now I'm 100% present. I was there with my daughter. I was there with her playing, all of that. But that is done. Now I choose to be present here. And I think this one quality of mine is helping me even more when it comes to parenting, when it comes to everywhere. Because at that moment, I want to be present. As a mother, I want to be present. You know, as a person who runs this house, I want to be present when the decisions are taken regarding the house. So presence is very important. So ask yourself, am I 100% present anywhere? Even in relationships, the more you're present, the more the relationship is going to blossom. So that is one thing that's very important to keep up your energy.
Superb. Such an amazing tip. And I think one of the participants of your yesterday room is also here. Lavanya Mohan. She is telling full of energy nearly for 5 hours.
Yes,
So see.
absolutely. Yes, she was there. Yeah.
Super awesome. So, if all of you think that you are being present with all of us, you are able to understand what the golden nuggets that she is sharing is really serving you. I can guarantee that they are like adding so much value in your life. And if you feel you are being present, not thinking of anything else, just write in the chat box or the comment section, I am present with that love emoji. Splendid, Malika. Super awesome. So now, like one of the questions from the participants in the room only, like here in the Insta live, Aisha, she's asking how to heal yourself.
See, healing is not something. This is a question that many people have asked me. You know, in one word, how do you heal yourself? It is not something that could be answered or done in this one live session. You know, even if the live is for 1 hour, and even if I'm going to talk for 1 hour, I don't think I can cover anything that is even close to healing, right? So healing is something where, you know, you first go deep within yourself. Okay, to put it in a few short words, this is what I believe healing is, and that is reflecting who you are. Okay, reflecting on who you are, because most of the time what happens is, we become a different person. You know, especially women, we tend to adjust to everyone else around us. You know, if our friend doesn't like us, we try to do something so that she likes us, so that we are included, we feel included. uh, Same thing goes to the husband, goes to the mother-in-law, goes everywhere. Are you understanding? So women tend to adjust. So after a point, they lose their own selves. You know, who am I? When that question comes up, they're like, you know what, few years back I was this person, but now I'm a totally different person. Many of my clients, they tell me this, especially after going through my sessions. Even yesterday it was so energetic, because everyone started saying things like, Malika, now is when I'm identifying my own true self. You know, that is the mistake even I was doing. I was wearing a mask, thinking that everything was okay in my life, but the truth was nothing was okay. You know, everything was going down the drain. I would say I was in deep drain. Okay, so it's just that first reflecting on who you are, what are the values, what are your core values, what do you believe in. No matter how many people are going to test you in life, are you going to stick with your core values? What is your character, or how would you want your character to be shaped into? Ask yourself these questions, and some answer will definitely show up. Okay, if you have not healed, you will be the opposite of what shows up. That is what will happen. And then you should start working on your own emotions. The more you work on your own emotions, the more you will be able to reach your goal, which is your, I would say, your the character that you would want to be, the person who you would want to be, whom you aspire to become, right? So I would say going deep within yourself, asking questions like this, self-reflective questions, and working on your emotions, which is something very deep. You need a lot of time to do it, right? You need at least a few months to do it. So that is what healing is, according to me. Even now, I don't think I've done any justice. I've not even answered like 0.001%. But since it's a very huge topic, I think it's something that people should experience, rather than just asking about it, rather than just Googling it, YouTube. None of that is going to work. You need to find the right kind of mentor to start healing yourself. I give a lot of importance to my clients for, you know, when it comes to healing.
Superb. Thank you so much for answering that. So basically, the one thing that I got from your answer was that really was a bulb on is self-reflection is a must. So all of you, please write down in the chat box self-reflection, and every single day or every once a week, I would love for all of you, not only me, we would love for all of you to actually have a full plan that you are writing down what works for you, like what works for me, what doesn't work for me, what can I do to improve myself. All of these things, when you are going to answer for your own self, you know what? Your life automatically it will start to turn into magic. And the magical woman is also here with us. So I know that magic is already happening with all of us here in the room. So if any one of you has any questions, please write down in the comment section. And there's one more question from Milan Mehta, and like she is asking, my client who doesn't react, but she keeps poking her and it hurts her. What to do in such situations?
I'm quite not understanding the question. Whose question is it? May I read it?
Uh, Actually, can you see that question? Okay, maybe something has happened. Okay, so by the time all of you are here, just stay with us. She's just going to join once again. Maybe some technical error is there. So how many of you are actually learning? Just write down learning if you are learning a lot in this session. By the time I'm just going to accept.
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Yes,
While checking
no
out the
problem, no
question, I just got out of the live. I don't know how.
problem. Okay, so can you see the question on your screen also? Like, is it visible?
I don't think so, but
Okay, no problem.
you
I
just
will
tell me the question.
Yes. I'm just going to repeat, like Milan is asking, my client who doesn't react, but she keeps poking her and it hurts her, what to do in such situations?
She's saying her client doesn't react, but who keeps poking her? Someone
Okay,
else?
okay, so there are like two continuous questions. Maybe the earlier one you can have. How to deal with orthodox MIL, where she have problem with everything she do.
Okay. So, by the way, MIL is mother-in-law. Okay. So,
Okay.
because you said MIL, I was like, okay, it's mother-in-law. Okay. So, orthodox mother-in-law. I think when it comes to very orthodox people, the only way out of this is, I would say, like trying to explain to your husband, your needs, because your husband is the person who's going to be the communicator between you and the mother-in-law, right? So make sure that that you communicate well with your husband. And also, see, I've had clients who have who come from a very orthodox family, or either they come from very orthodox families, or they're married into very orthodox families. So I would always tell them communication is the key. See, for everything and anything, if you're going to start saying that I'm leaving the house and all of that, that's never going to work. You can say that, but ask yourself this question: if you're going to do that, then tomorrow you're going to be left with almost no one, right? Because everyone have their own ways. So I would say communication is the key. Communicate your needs, tell them clearly, this is something I would appreciate, this is something I would not appreciate, so I would love for you to not do it. So start communicating in a very respectful way. Just know that no matter what, these people, they do not have any negativity towards you, mostly if they are not toxic or abusive people. If they're not toxic or abusive, they do not have any negativity towards you. So I would say the best thing to do is communicate clearly your needs. Just communicate your needs, and be open to um, any kind of change, is what I would say.
Hmm. Superb. So I hope Milan Mehta, you have got your answer. So clear communication is the key. So thank you so much for mentioning that. And one of the questions from Miss Rakhi was basically she's asking when did you start the group coaching? Like before it, how many one-to-one coaching clients did you deal with?
Oh, my one-to-one is like a lot, you know.
Oh,
I've had like 60, more than 60 clients who did not, no, who did not convert into paid clients. I've done free coaching for over 60 of them who did not convert into paid clients. And my one-on-ones, I have done more than, I would say, easily more than 500 hours, easily. You know, I've done a lot of one-on-one, and only after I did a lot of one-on-one, I realized that, you know, now that I know how to deal with them, now that I know how to answer them, I think it's high time I start group, is what I thought. So I think having that base, having that one-on-one experience, having that you know, that connection with the person one-on-one and understanding their problems and everything is very crucial before you start group. Because group might sound fancy, but it's not as fancy as you can see, you know. Like, people come with different kind of questions, and if you are directly going into group, you will not be able to answer the questions. Are you understanding? Like, you will not be able to answer them. You should be able to cater to their needs. So I would say always begin with one-on-one, because in your one-on-one you will get the experience that is required. In fact, after every one-on-one session of mine, I still have it. I used to take notes, like what happened today. I used to treat it like an experiment. Okay, this happened and I told this and this worked and this did not work. So the next time when a client comes this way, this is something that I should avoid. So I will cross that off. What works, what doesn't work, every single thing you will identify only in one-on-one. Only when you work in one-on-one coaching, you will understand the entire dynamics. You will understand their mindset. You will understand the mindset shift also. You know how they are you able to change people? There are a few people who, no matter what, they keep coming to the sessions but they will not show results. So they need a different kind of an approach, right? So all of that you will realize only in one-on-one. So I've done a lot of one-on-ones, and now I hardly take one-on-ones, and now I'm the opposite.
super awesome. Great. Thank you so much for sharing. So it's all about like first getting deeper into what's the problem, understanding it, and then only we can understand the group issues. Yes, because we have that experience and knowledge. Great.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. One more question from Akhand Bharat. He's asking like how can we develop self confidence?
Okay, so the key to developing self-confidence is that wherever you are feeling not confident, if you're not feeling confident, I think wherever you feel you have that feeling, you should just jump into it and start doing it. Because my mentor always gives this one example. So she tells me that if I'm going to tell you that I will start going to the gym once I lose weight, does it even make any sense? I think this is an example we've heard time and again, right, Gargi? We've heard it all the time. So this is what she tells me, and I think and then she connects this with courage and confidence. So confidence is like a muscle that can be built. So you cannot keep saying that once I get that confidence, once I have that confidence, I'll go do it. Rather, it works the opposite way. That is the wrong formula. Okay, it works the opposite way. You have to do it in order to gain that confidence. So whatever it is that's scaring you, wherever you feel like I think I cannot do it, that is the moment you have to jump right in and you have to do it. And trust me, I've tried it in my life. It is a bit tough. It is very like scary, but once you do it, nothing like it, it will turn into a beautiful experience in your life.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And one question, I think it is a very common question that all of us want to know. Like Priya Karthik, she's asking how to overcome from the social media addiction.
Okay. So, first of all, don't try to like call it an addiction. It is an addiction. I'm not saying no, but don't like when you see your body listens to everything that you talk. Correct? Every single thing that you're talking, your body knows, okay, this is what. So once you declare that I'm having this addiction, now the body registers that as an addiction and it's going to keep coming back to you. Rather than say, I think I'm using social media a lot, let me try to reduce it. You know, you can first start reframing your the words that come from your mouth, your sentences. Okay. And the next thing is that, see, I think all of us, in some place, somewhere, we are all guilty of coming into social media, randomly checking stories, what people do, and all of that. I think we're all guilty of that, right? It's not just Priya Karthik. In fact, she had texted me on Instagram asking what can I do, and I told her, yes, I will help you out. So it's just that it's not just her. I think all of us are guilty of this in some way or the other. Okay. So I think what I do is I make sure that 1 hour before I sleep, I don't touch social media. I want to get to a place where 1 hour before bed I don't touch my phone also, but now that's not quite working. I'm still with my phone, but even social media, I think I'm on WhatsApp, but I don't come into Instagram. I think Instagram is the only social media I use. I don't use Facebook or YouTube, so I just don't touch Instagram. So that is like a conviction that I've had to myself. I'm not touching Instagram now. So if you find me on Instagram late night, you will know that I'm never sleeping at least 1 hour from there. 1 hour before bed, I'm not touching it. And I think Instagram has a lot of options where you can have a reminder, but I think the reminder is useless, because after the reminder comes, we just press OK and we go forward. But if you think that reminder could help you, just keep that reminder where it reminds you if you've touched your 1 hour or 2 hour for the day. And the next thing is, see, this is a modern problem. Okay, modern problem requires modern solutions, is what I always believe in. Like, suppose if you're going to say, now that you are addicted, now you keep your phone away, all of these are old solutions which is never going to suit this age, right? So I would say, why don't you start twisting something regarding this, and why don't you start using social media in a different way? I would highly recommend unfollow. See, we are all following. In fact, I'm following like 1,000 pages, and I'm wondering, 1,000 pages, and I don't even visit these pages, right? So just look at the pages that you follow, and the pages that are useless, that maybe you followed those pages like 2 years back, and now you don't even look at those pages. Start unfollowing them. If there is anyone, if there is a celebrity, if there is an influencer whom you actually don't like, but you are following, and whenever you see their post on Instagram, you're like, oh, you know what, I hate her or I hate him. If you feel that way, that is some sort of a negativity. So just rather unfollow that person. Okay. So, and start following people, or start following pages who inspire you, who motivate you. At that point in your life, what do you need? For example, when I was a new mother, I was following pages about breastfeeding, about infant care, about infant massages. Are you getting it? So I was following pages that were very relevant to what I was going through at that point. So whenever I open Instagram, I got some good message or the other. Okay, now I'm done with those pages. Recently, I just unfollowed 4 or 5 of those pages, because I'm done with it. That stage of my life is done. Okay, so now what do I need? Maybe the next focus for myself would be my health. If it's my health, I better follow people who inspire me when it comes to health. I should follow the people who give the right kind of information when it comes to health. If you are a person who's looking to improve your self-confidence, there are so many pages that just talk only about self-confidence. So start following them. So instead of thinking I should get away from it, start using it in a productive way, so that you also get benefited. The guilt reduces. Like I told you, guilt is useless. So use that to take action in this way. Okay, so modern solutions. You can never go to old school solutions, and you can never hope for that to work, because that's never going to work, right? So I think this is what you should do. You should just start you should try to start using your social media in a good way. Follow people whom you love. And just this morning, I was not just this morning, I think this morning or 2 days back, I follow this amazing author who mentioned that we've all stopped having fun at some point. We've all stopped that. So this year, you better be the party planner, you better be the vacation planner, and somehow make sure that the holiday season is filled with fun. And I think that she just spoke to me. I need that kind of a break. So it's just that when you follow people who inspire you, who you feel they get you. You know, when these people are posting stuff, it's just that they get you. Because they've gone through the same thing that you've been through. So when you do something like this, you get beautiful solutions, you get inspired, you get motivated, and a lot of good things can happen through social media itself. It just depends on how you are going to use it.
Awesome. Such a vast answer, and so like I can't tell you the respect that I have, love, care for you. It's just growing to a next level right now while listening to your answers. Thank you so much for the wisdom that you are sharing. And if all of you are able to, like, you are getting those golden nuggets, please write down in the chat box win win, because social media, either you can use it to improve your life or you can use it to degrade your life. Degrading actually means following the useless people who you don't even visit and you don't even like. And this next kind of people are the people who really inspire you, like Maalica ma'am and all the mentors that you might have. So it's all about just have that inspiration coming from within. Today, the one homework that we both can give you is, check your following list, see if there are some useless pages that you follow, unfollow them, and see who are the people that you can follow in order to get that inspiration. So this is one of the homework that all of you can do here. So now, yes, now my next question to you is like basically, how can someone, like suppose a woman, she has her family, but the family doesn't support her in her dreams. So basically, I have heard that if you don't see your family supporting you, form a family outside you who is going to applaud you, cheer you, love you for who you are. So my next question is basically, how can a woman start to find or create her own tribe where basically she feels that love, support, care, everything that she is wanting from her family, but that is not happening.
I
So.
think, Gargi, what you're asking, I think the most straightforward solution that I would give is either join your program or my program. Because that is what we do for them. We give them the right kind of support. We give them the right kind of people, right kind of accountability partners, so that they have this kind of beautiful support system that can keep them positive and motivated and keep them going forward in life. So that would be my honest answer. But apart from that, see, I would say the world has changed a lot. Okay, I mean, non-supportive families are still existent, but I would say families that can virtually support you. The internet
Yes.
has grown so much. So the more you start searching for the right kind of mentors, I think your mentor itself would be a beautiful support for you, right? So just see, for example, when I was going through a very hard time in my life, I think it was my mentors, I think it was my tribe that pulled me up. Okay, so the same way, every single person is going to find something or the other, someone or the other, some mentor or the other. So just go in search of that mentor, and I think that mentor will be that one solution for you for all for the question that you asked me. So
Superb.
because this is a because it's a divine work that you do, because it's a divine work that I do, I think this is the best solution that I could give for this.
I agree with you. So my next question is like if someone wants to join your program or like my story on my story, I will put your link also how they can join you. But still, like you can just give a brief of when someone joins you. Like you do a master class and I have attended it. It's called the Rise of the Queen Masterclass. It's just super awesome. So just you can give a brief about it. So if anyone feels that they want to join, feels that they need to join you to awaken their magic, then you can share.
Absolutely. My masterclass is called The Rise of the Queen. It's a 3 hour masterclass. It's only for women, but men are also like most welcome to join. So yeah, if you're joining, then that's totally up to you. But yeah, this is basically for women. And in these 3 hours, I teach women on how they can become emotionally stronger. And I also show them their own self. Do you remember me telling you about looking at the mirror, having a self reflection? This
Yes.
is that happens, and from there the journey goes up. If you want to continue taking the coaching under me, you can join my various programs, but you cannot join any of my programs without entering my masterclass. My masterclass is the, I would say, it's the entrance. It's the entrance
Oh,
gate to
great.
everything in my academy. So the masterclass is the first thing that you should do. You should attend, and it's absolutely free for now. I don't know when I'm going to get paid. So yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for doing that, like answering that. All of you, my most humble request is going to be check the story today, register for her master class, and that the whole game of your life will just start to turn around. And
Wow.
just before I conclude, like, I just want to ask from you, is there any last message you would like to give to all of us?
I think we've given a lot of messages. There's been a lot of gyan. So the last message that I would give is that, see, there is going to be information everywhere. Okay, the world is filled with information. There's a lot of information. So more than thinking of consuming the information, because just knowledge is never going to help you. We all have that knowledge. Even what I just told in this Instagram live, it's all available out there. Someone or the other. I'm not creating something new and telling you, right? I'm just formulating from whatever I've learned from my mentors. So there is a lot of information. If you're going to keep chasing information, then it's only going to add to your knowledge, which is useless. Knowledge is useless. Try to take this information, apply it in your life, and bring about a change in your life. Only then this knowledge becomes wisdom. And once it becomes wisdom, your life changes. So stop chasing information, start chasing right kind of mentors, start applying it in your life. I think that is what is going to help you, right?
Awesome. Thank you so much for the golden nuggets that you shared. So, all of you here, please give those love emoticons to like Maalica ma'am and also to you, because staying here listening to us also is a very, like, is the first step you might be taking. For some of you it may be your like next step, but for some of you it might be your first step. So hats off to you and thank you. I can see those love emojis that are coming. Thank you so much ma'am for coming and sharing your transformation. I won't say knowledge, but the transformation and impact you created on all of us. You are already doing such an awesome work. I keep seeing your work, I keep liking it, I keep attending your like master classes also. So thank you so much for doing what you do. And just like people like you and me are the ones who actually transform the whole world. So thank you.
It's my pleasure, Gargi. Any time for you. You call me a million times, I'm going to be here. So it's a pleasure, because I always, the more you get inspired by me, I also get inspired by you because of the kind of work that you've been doing from a very young age. I'm sure at my age, you're going to be somewhere else. I'm very sure of that. So it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure connecting with all of you followers, all of you people who have been viewing for a very long time. I think it's almost going to be an hour since we started. So a big pleasure, and keep doing your amazing work. You've been like doing phenomenally well, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much everyone for staying up till here. See you tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.